Coronation Street turmoil. Jonathan Howard teases dangerous fallout as Carl and Abby's affair escalates. In the intricate, emotionally fraught world of Coronation Street, new characters can sometimes take months to settle into the drama. But Carl has wasted no time throwing himself, and several of Weatherfield's most beloved families, into total chaos. In a matter of weeks, he's ignited a secret affair with Abby Webster, his brother Kevin's wife, and entangled himself in shady dealings at the local garage. Now, actor Jonathan Howard, who plays the dangerously charismatic Carl, is lifting the lid on what lies ahead, and warning fans to brace themselves for explosive consequences. As the plot thickens, questions are swirling about Carl's true motivations, Abby's vulnerability, and Kevin's own role in the growing deception. With high-stakes secrets piling up and emotional landmines at every turn, Coronation Street is setting the stage for one of its most morally complex storylines in recent years. Forbidden passion and brewing guilt, the affair no one saw coming. Carl's arrival in Weatherfield was dramatic, but few could have predicted the speed with which he'd upend the lives of the Websters. His affair with Abby wasn't just shocking because of its betrayal, it struck a nerve because of who it involved. Kevin and Abby have weathered more storms than most couples on the cobbles. From traumatic pasts and family tragedies to reconciliations and attempts to build a stable life, their relationship has always teetered on the edge of heartbreak and healing. For Abby to fall into bed with her brother-in-law might seem unforgivable, but actor Jonathan Howard suggests that Carl's magnetic blend of danger and charm is part of what makes the storyline so compelling. Carl is still enjoying the thrill of it and the chase of it, Howard revealed in a recent interview. All of the excitement and fear of it really turns him on. It's a damning insight into Carl's psychology, one that paints him as a man driven not by love or emotional depth, but by impulse, control, and the high of forbidden pleasure. For Abby, however, the situation is far more emotionally charged. Howard acknowledges that his character is approaching the affair like a game, while Abby is already more deeply invested. Emotional imbalance. Who's really in control? One of the most intriguing aspects of this storyline is the power imbalance. On the surface, Carl appears to be the dominant one, the seducer, the risk-taker, the man with nothing to lose. But scratch that surface, and a far more vulnerable reality emerges, especially for Abby. She might start to feel a bit like that because she doesn't know a lot about Carl, Howard noted, highlighting just how little the pair truly understand about each other. She is more emotionally invested in it, and she's got more at risk. And that risk is monumental. Abby isn't just gambling with her marriage. She's risking her family, her reputation, and her recovery. Having struggled in the past with addiction and mental health battles, Abby has fought hard to rebuild a stable life. She's a mother trying to provide consistency for her children and working to keep herself on the right path. This affair could unravel all of that. Carl, on the other hand, is untethered. As Howard pointed out, Carl's not been in Weatherfield very long. He can easily pack his bags and get on a plane and off he goes. In other words, he can vanish without consequence, leaving behind emotional devastation in his wake. The Kevin complication. One lie breeds another. Adding yet another layer of tension is the twist involving Kevin's health. Carl recently discovered that Kevin, his own brother, has received the all-clear from cancer, yet continues to lie to his family and friends, pretending he's still undergoing chemotherapy. It's a shocking revelation, one that would normally flip the moral scale in Carl's favor. But according to Howard, even Carl's reaction is ambiguous. "I'm not sure whether Carl is genuinely appalled or using the moral high ground," he admitted. "I'm sure if the shoe was on the other foot, Carl would do the same as his brother would." Absolutely. This raises a fascinating question about Carl's moral compass, or lack thereof. Is he truly disturbed by Kevin's lie, or is he merely using it as leverage? Either way, Kevin's deception gives Carl ammunition, and he's quick to use it. Kevin, in turn, is keeping Carl quiet with knowledge of his shady dealings at the garage, specifically involving Fiona Morley and what appear to be illegal car sales or repairs. This mutual blackmail situation creates a ticking time bomb. Each brother knows something damning about the other. Each holds a secret that, if revealed, could destroy multiple lives. And between them stands Abby, torn by guilt, secrecy, and emotional confusion. Dangerous games. Carl's potential to walk away. One of the most chilling predictions from Jonathan Howard's recent interviews is the possibility that Carl could simply grow bored of the affair, and walk away. That, more than anything, reveals the true risk Abby is taking. She is building emotional intimacy with a man who sees their relationship as an adrenaline rush, a temporary thrill. There's the possibility that Carl could get bored, especially if it becomes more serious, Howard warned. And if that happens, Carl could easily leave Abby to deal with all the mess by herself. It's a harrowing possibility. If the affair is exposed, and in Coronation Street, secrets never stay buried for long, the fallout could be catastrophic. Kevin would be devastated. Abby's children would suffer. Her recovery could be thrown into crisis. And Carl? He might simply disappear, just as quickly as he arrived. The storyline is a sharp commentary on manipulation, emotional exploitation, and the devastating consequences of short-term pleasure pursued at the expense of long-term trust. The shadow of Fiona Morley, more than just an accomplice? While much of the drama has focused on the affair, the subplot involving Fiona Morley and Carl's garage dealings hints at another dark dimension to Carl's character. Who exactly is Fiona? How deep does her connection with Carl go? And what sort of dodgy deals are taking place under Kevin's nose? These unanswered questions could represent another explosive twist. If Carl is using the garage for illegal operations, and Kevin knowingly turns a blind eye in exchange for silence about his cancer lie, the entire Webster family could be pulled into criminal scrutiny. This creates potential for legal consequences, and perhaps a larger, more dangerous underworld connection that fans have yet to see revealed. The emotional toll on Abby, a woman on the edge. Through it all, the emotional heart of this storyline remains Abby. A fan favorite with a tragic backstory and a fierce determination to do right by her children, Abby has repeatedly pulled herself back from the brink. But this affair could undo years of progress. It's clear that her feelings for Carl are not just physical. She's emotionally vulnerable, and she's allowed herself to trust a man who may be incapable of giving her anything real in return. Her guilt is evident, but so too is her craving for attention, validation, and escape from a marriage that has grown stale under the weight of repeated trauma. Abby's trajectory will be crucial in the weeks to come. Will she confess the affair to Kevin and try to rebuild what's broken? Will she double down and protect the secret at all costs? Or will Carl's likely betrayal force her into a reckoning that could lead to personal and familial collapse? What could happen next? Soap viewers know better than to expect neat resolutions. With so many narrative threads interwoven, Coronation Street has endless directions to take this story. Here are just a few possible developments that could shake things up even further. Kevin finds out. If Kevin uncovers the affair, his response could be volatile. Already reeling from Carl's betrayal and aware of his own deception, Kevin might lash out, emotionally or even physically. A confrontation between the brothers could turn violent or result in a dangerous standoff. Fiona turns on Carl. If Fiona Morley senses Carl is becoming too reckless or threatens to expose her part in the illegal garage dealings, she could betray him to save herself. A police investigation could soon follow. Abby's breakdown. If Carl walks away, Abby could spiral. Viewers may see a return to old habits, substance abuse, erratic behavior, or a dramatic public confession, especially if the pressure of the secret becomes too much. Carl's true intentions revealed. What if Carl came to Weatherfield with an agenda all along? Could he be targeting Kevin and Abby for deeper reasons? A long-lost grudge, jealousy, or revenge plot could still be in play. Carl's exit. True to Howard's hints, Carl might just vanish, either fleeing the scene after the affair is exposed or being forced out by an angry, united front of Weatherfield's residents. Actor insight. Jonathan Howard's take. For Jonathan Howard, stepping into such a morally murky role has been creatively rewarding, and an opportunity to stir the pot in classic Coronation Street style. Carl isn't your typical villain, he explained. He's charismatic, charming, and knows how to push people's buttons. But he's also deeply selfish, and when things get too real, he bolts. That's what makes him so dangerous. You never know what he's really thinking. Howard's portrayal has already made waves with viewers, some of whom are drawn to Carl's complexity, while others see him as the ultimate homewrecker. Either way, his impact is undeniable. Final thoughts. A storyline on the brink. With Jonathan Howard's predictions of danger and heartbreak ahead, it's clear that the Carl-Abby-Kevin triangle is headed for a dramatic climax. Betrayals, secrets, and lies are mounting, and the emotional fallout could leave permanent scars. As always in Coronation Street, actions have consequences, and no one escapes unscathed. For Carl, the question remains whether he'll stick around long enough to face the damage he's caused. For Abby, the road ahead could be one of redemption, or ruin. And for Kevin, the discovery of his wife's affair and his brother's betrayal might finally push him past the point of forgiveness. One thing is certain. Weatherfield has not seen the last of this tangled web of secrets. And with Carl lurking in the shadows, the most dangerous drama is still to come.